It's no secret, NYXI is one of my favorite controller manufacturers ever. The NYXI Warrior is the GameCube controller perfected, with its micro switch buttons and Hall effect joysticks, and each of NYXI's controllers have continued to impress with their quality. I've previously reviewed the NYXI Hyperion Pro, a set of Joy-Cons that didn't go for gimmicks, but focused on being a quality set of Joy-Cons. Although NYXI initially made waves with their GameCube-styled controllers, these started NYXI's path into trying something new, albeit keeping the cube's color scheme. Well, if the Hyperion was so good, why isn't there a Hyperion 2? Well, good news, NYXI just dropped the Hyperion 2, and it improves the original in every way possible. At first glance, you wouldn't expect this thing to be related to the original Hyperion at all. The shape no longer juts out like the original, and instead looks more like a slightly wider Joy-Con. The 2 doesn't look like the base Joy-Con from the side though. It's got a much more ergonomic shape. Using the Hyperion 2 has been way more comfy than stock Joy-Cons. The GameCube aesthetic was also dropped for a solid black with cyberpunk-style transparent faceplates. These faceplates are removable, so I'm interested to see if NYXI offers new colors in the future. Like the original Hyperion Pro, the 2 offers Hall effect sticks, built so that they'll never drift. I've been using NYXI controllers for years now, and I have yet to find a pair that will ever drift. It also brings back the turbo control, programmable back buttons, and gyro as well. Like the original, it also offers customizable RGB lights if you're into that sort of thing. Where it changes things up though is where it gets interesting. The reason the Hyperion 2 clicks with me more than the original is its click. The buttons on this controller are micro switches, which means that they click when they're pressed. It's the perfect feedback when you press a button. I'll take a click over mushiness any day. Just note that if you're like me and play Switch in bed while your wife's trying to sleep, she'll probably tell you to use a different controller. The original Hyperion actually had a normal D-pad, but the 2 features the separated directional buttons like the official Joy-Cons. This is all a matter of preference. If you're going to use these for sideways play, it's nice having the 4 separate buttons, but if you're a D-pad diehard, they might be missed. The NYXI Hyperion was one of the best Joy-Con alternatives for the Switch, but the 2 really ups the ante. If you want a clicky set of Joy-Cons that'll never drift, these are the way to go. While the Hyperion 2 plays it safe and improves on things that are already good, the NYXI Flexi is their new controller that tries something completely new. It flips what you know about controllers on its head. While at first this looks like your standard controller for Switch, PC, and mobile, it has some surprises in store. And the surprises aren't the micro switches in the face buttons, the 4 buttons on the back, or the Hall effect sticks. No, these features are pretty much standard for NYXI controllers. The NYXI Flexi really opens up when you remove the faceplate. The D-pad and left stick are actually removable and can swap places. Whether you're a fan of the PlayStation or the Xbox layout, this controller will suit your needs either way. I like having the option to move the D-pad to a more comfy spot for platformers, then bringing the stick back up top when playing a 3D game. The customization doesn't end at the left side though. The buttons are removable and can be repositioned as needed. My one complaint with having the same controller for Switch and PC, things get confusing when A becomes B and vice versa. Now, you can have the button layout set for whatever method you play. The Flexi, like many other NYXI controllers, offers customizable lighting, this time in the handles of the controller. My only gripe with this controller is that the buttons and triggers feel mushy compared to other controllers I've used. They're not using the micro switches like on the face buttons. They're not bad, but they're not really good either. The NYXI Flexi offers loads of customization options that I haven't seen in any other controller before, making it truly one of a kind. It's probably the best controller to pick out if you have a variety of games that you want to play in different ways. Whether you want to move from Switch to PC to mobile, or between 2D and 3D, this controller lets you play your way. Thanks to NYXI for sending me these controllers to review. If you end up picking these up, use the link in my description, or use code IndieAlpaca to save 10% on NYXI's website. Plus, it'll support my channel. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.